Chapter 5 Special Sweeties. Now be a good boy and pop back to your seat, ordered Miss Root. Alfie did what he was told, not wanting to catch anyone's eyes for fear of further humiliation. Humiliation, that means embarrassment, because he's very embarrassed, right? He put his head down as he talked. Talk, that means walk slowly with heavy steps back to his seat. Now, children, continued the lady, who else would like a present? I have some free sweeties. Hundreds of hands shot up, and soon the hall was humming with the chattering of excited children because everybody wants a sweet. But don't sweets rot your teeth? Shouted out Gaps. It's funny that a dentist will give out sweets, right? Miss Root glared at her, then smiled. Oh, aren't you a feisty one? Feisty, that means very determined, very brave. What's your name, child? The girl hesitated, that means she paused, but eventually said, my name is Gaps. Well, of course, young Gabriella is right. Normally, sweeties do rot your teeth, but not these ones. No, Mommy's sweeties are special. All my sweeties are completely sugar-free, so you can eat as many as you like. From under the trolley, she pulled out a tray and whisked a white sheet off the top of it. Underneath was a huge pile of brightly colored goodies. There were chocolates and more chocolates, toffees and fudge, sucky sweets and chewy sweets, fruity ones and minty ones, melt in your mouth sweets, crunchy sweets, fizzy sweets, explosive sweets. Wow. Come on, children, don't be scared. Come and help yourself to Mommy's special sweeties. In an instant, hundreds of children that means rushed forward and started eagerly grabbing huge handfuls of sweets. As many as they grabbed, and the greedy little boys and girls were stuffing their faces and pockets. There seemed to be more and more and more. So, Miss Root, I think she's someone very strange. She can create magic. See, the sweets never run out. It just keep going more and more and more. So there's something wrong with Miss Root. Take as many as you like, Miss Root called over the din. That means because it's very noisy, so she shouted over the din, over the noise. I can always magic up some more. Alfie noticed Gaps was sitting stock still in her seat. That means Gaps didn't move. She was sitting in her seat very still. Are you not gonna get any? Asked Alfie. Gaps shook his head. No. Why not? Haven't you ever heard the tale about the brother and sister who go into the woods and find the house made of sweets? Do you know the story Hansel and Gretel? So Gaps is talking about the story Hansel and Gretel, okay? Alfie was surprised that the little girl's imagination had run away with her like this. Hansel and Gretel? Yes, of course, everyone has. But that's just a stupid fairy story. Gaps turned her head and fixed him with a stare. It's not stupid, and just because it's a fairy story doesn't mean it never happened, she said, before turning her gaze back to the dentist, who was smiling broadly, that means smiling widely, with those impossibly white teeth of hers, as the kids filled all their pockets with sweets. Strangely, however many the children took, there were more and more and more filling the tray. Along the rows, just one boy stayed glued to his chair. It was the texting boy. He was still texting. Oh dear. On his way home from school that afternoon, Alfie wanted to dispose, that means throw away, of the presents Miss Root had given him as quickly as possible. He didn't trust that lady one bit. There was something deeply disturbing about her, so something very wrong with her. That splash of red on her shoe, the creep around the hall in the minute silence for the dead dentist, and those sugar-free sweets that never ran out were just too good to be true. So it couldn't be true, right? So when Alfie crossed the bridge over the canal, you can check, you can Google image what canal looks like, okay? As he always did on his way to and from school, he stopped. He put the toothbrush and toothpaste out of his blazer pocket. He examined, that means he checked the label, Mummies. So the label is written Mummies, okay? It was such a comforting brand name, but how could you not trust anything called Mummies? The boy unscrewed the lid of the tube. Immediately, some sticky yellow gunk, the color of pus, snaked out of the end. It smelt rank. Rank, that means smelly, like warm sick. A small glob of it fell to the ground. It hissed and fizzed as it bore its way through the stone bridge like acid. So the toothpaste is like acid. Acid is something that burns through. What's in that toothpaste? Thought Alfie. Just then he noticed the paste was still oozing out of the tube. It was moving dangerously close to his fingers. A small smidgen, that means a small amount of it, landed on his skin, and instantly he could feel it burning. Ow! Screamed the boy. He quickly threw the tube into the canal below. It plopped into the water, and he watched. He watched as the tube sank to the bottom, the paste still sneaking out. So this toothpaste is very strange. Then Alfie noticed he still had the hard wire toothbrush Miss Root had given him in his other hand. The bristles looked like they would scratch your teeth away rather than clean them. So he threw the brush in the canal too. As Alfie took a couple of paces, that means as he took a few steps forward to continue on his journey home, a strange sound stopped him in his tracks. Looking back, he saw that beneath the bridge, the water in the canal was boiling and bubbling. It was like a mini volcano erupting. The boy watched in horror as a school of dead fish plopped to the surface and floated there. As he peered down at the water, a gaggle of kids from his school passed him, laughing and joking, their mouth full of Mummy's chocolates and toffees and fruit juice. So there were a group of children passing by Alfie, and they were eating what Miss Root gave them, all the chocolates and toffee. Every single child looked like they couldn't be happier, greedily munching and crunching and scrunching them. If that's what her toothpaste does, thought Alfie, what on earth is in those special sweets of hers? So you see the toothpaste, right? It made the whole river canal, the water in the canal bubble, and the fishes all died, right? So Alfie was saying that if the toothpaste does something like this, then what on earth would the sweets do to children? Okay, her sweets. Okay, the end.